Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Welcome to 12 Apostles Helicopters. My name's Dan, I'll be your pilot today. Now we'll be heading off to have a look at all of the Apostles and up to London Bridge as well. Alrighty guys, so as we climb up and out here, we'll be heading out towards the coast. We'll cross the Great Ocean Road first. We'll then cross the cliffs. And as we do, we're actually going to split the Apostles in two here, so straight over the top of these central Apostles. Now when we come back down the coast, we'll come down in the opposite direction. We'll have another look at all the Apostles again from the other side, and we'll count them out on the return as well. So the largest stack coming up here with the green top, this is Apostle number 1. Now anything beyond this point is not included in the Apostle's name or the count. There are plenty more stacks and features along the way, just with their own unique names. So the first stack's there, the Twin Sisters. Behind them, there's Salt and Pepper Shaker. The Razorback Ridge, the very thin rock, stood on its own. And then the large grassy island coming up here, the Muttonbird Island. Gets its name there due to the thousands of migrating muttonbirds which come here each year. There can in fact be up to 12,000 birds on the island there at once. Now next up here, the Baker's Oven, this wedge-shaped rock with the hole through the base. The hole there actually gives it its name, said to have reminded sailors passing the area of an old wood-fired bread oven. And then next up here, the Sentinel Rock. This is the largest rock in the Port Campbell National Park, standing at 200 feet tall. Very, very large indeed. Quite difficult to get a sense of scale from up here, but have a look on the Great Ocean Road behind. Compare the size of the cars there to the cliffs, gives you an idea of just how tall the formation really is. It's actually around about the same size as a 20-story building. Along this section of the coast, there's lots of evidence of the erosion taking place, lots of boulders down at the foot of the cliffs there, some very large rock falls on the points further ahead as well. cliffs here, eroding at an average of 8 centimeters per year. It's a huge amount, really. It doesn't take long at all for that to add up into a very large amount of coast being lost. On the first headland here, you can see the arch. Beautiful archway there spanning down from the cliff onto the shelf below. The archway itself, very large indeed. Big enough, in fact, to be able to fly all the way through. Then the next point here, Point Hess. And as we round the corner, just coming into view now, the London Bridge. It used to be a big double-span bridge there connecting to the mainland until 1990, when the second central archway collapsed, leaving just the one remaining span we have there now. As we continue making our turn around to the left, have another look at the London Bridge. From this angle you can see all the way through the span there. Get a bit of an idea of where it got its name from as well, if you can imagine that second arch connecting back to the land. And is approaching the township of Port Campbell here. The township itself fairly quiet, it's only home to about 600 permanent residents. During the summer, however, this does increase to between 2 or even 3,000 people staying there per night. So it can get very, very busy indeed. Have a look on the left hand side there, the splash is just off the rock, there's a whale very, very close into the shore.
A whale.
You can just see the back of it just on the right hand side of the break there. Only about 40 meters away from the surface, so they'll get a nice little treat.
Wow.
behind the Bakers oven here, the Sherbrooke River. Where the river meets the ocean, the Pancake Rock. You can see the round, flat, darker coloured rock there. A few people stood on top. Get a series of waterfalls streaming down the face of the rock there after each wave recedes. And coming around the headland, the Muttonbird Island again, shaped like a question mark there, or possibly a seahorse from this angle. Now that's the site of the Lockhart ship disaster. In 1878, the ship ran aground right on the southernmost tip of the island. The gorgeway behind leading onto the beach, now named after the wreck, the Lockhart Gorge. And then here again at the Apostles. So we'll count them out as we pass them. The large stack with the green top, number 1. Number 2, the cone-shaped rock stood on its own. 3, 4, 5 and 6 all together in the middle there. Number 6, the smallest one towards the back. And 7, the large stack just before the lookouts. You can also see the remains of number 8 there, the pile of rocks in between 6 and 7. That one collapsed in 2005, leaving just the 7 remaining. Now as we make our turn in here, you'll get a fantastic view of all the Apostles lining up along the coast. From this angle you can see just how prominent the stacks are. They really do stand out from the ocean. And you get an amazing view of all of the Apostles and the Great Ocean Road below as well. Well, thank you very much guys, I do hope you enjoyed the flight. Now just as we come back into land here, the ground staff will come and help you out with the doors. So sit tight, they'll come and open those up for you and give you a hand getting out. Make sure you have a look at the video as well once we get back inside. We have recorded the flight for you, so you'll be able to have a look at that on the screen once you get back down. Fantastic, well thank you very much, very glad you enjoyed the flight. Now you can pop your headsets and your seatbelts off there if you like. And I hope you have a fantastic afternoon as well. Thank you very much.